It began as so many astronomical finders do, not with a bang, but with a soft blip. A subtle movement through space that even sophisticated tracking systems almost missed. At first, it was mistaken for a comet or asteroid. But 3i Atlas defied all categorizations. It was too perfect to be natural, too quiet to be alive, and too stable to wander. Scientists thought of Oumuamua, that strange shard that traveled through our solar system, raising as many questions as answers. But 3i Atlas was different, larger, slower, smarter. Now, with the James Webb Space Telescope, we have proof of something disturbing. 3i Atlas is not merely similar to Oumuamua, it is much more advanced, perilous, and maybe sentient. When 3i Atlas was catalogued, it was clear this was no ordinary visitor. Objects from outside our solar system usually fly close to Earth unpredictably and vanish into space. But 3i Atlas moved differently, it coasted smoothly, almost as if piloted. Its trajectory drifted past several planets efficiently, suggesting prior mapping of our solar system. That was concerning. When astronomers traced its origin, they found something more disturbing. The path of 3i Atlas wasn't just unlikely, it was statistically impossible without intelligent intervention. A rogue body couldn't navigate debris fields, solar radiation, and collision zones with such grace. It moved like a chess piece through a threatening board, perfectly aware of the game. With James Webb Online, scientists quickly targeted 3i Atlas, leaving even skeptical astronomers speechless. The thermal readings were striking. Unlike comets or asteroids, which emit heat randomly, 3i Atlas displayed a rhythmic heat emission. It resembled a pulsed signal, measured and orderly. Webb spectrography detected unprecedented materials, possibly artificial hyperreflective compounds and dense structures indicating hollow segments. Most unsettling was a faint anomaly, an electromagnetic frequency echoing every 147 seconds, matching a known pulsar signature. Yet, the object lacked an energy source, spinning core, or magnetic field. It was either mimicking something or attempting to communicate. Scientists discovered something disturbing when they cross-referenced that signal with data from Oumuamua. The same frequency was temporarily detected in Oumuamua's tail moments before it escaped our system, but now it was louder. When Oumuamua passed through Earth in 2017, it passed quietly, without a cometary tail and without clear propulsion, and befuddled experts with an otherworldly acceleration. It was cigar-shaped and tumbling, slow dart-like, but it was moving faster than physics alone would allow. Some thought it was alien technology, other people thought it was a physics anomaly. The disagreement persisted because the object disappeared and couldn't be studied. Now, with 3i Atlas in range, the enigma of Oumuamua was back, not because the new object was similar, but because it outdid it in every measurement. It was bigger, slower, steadier, and undeniably intentional. Some theorized that Oumuamua was not a scout but a probe, a passive surveillance vehicle. But 3i Atlas was not passive. It was an interaction, watching us as we watched it. It was a second phase, a radar ping compared with a drone. If that's the case, we've got to ask what is next. NASA is yet to confirm alien activity, with official statements somewhat aloof and scientific. But independent researchers are apprehensive. In leaked conversations, 3i Atlas was described by the European Space Agency team as one possible consciousness engine. We do not exactly know what it means, but coupled with Webb's recent images, it is disturbing. What is repeating inside 3i Atlas is akin to geometric fractals seen in brain tissue and quantum processors. It is as if it is not just meant to endure space, but think and evolve in star systems. Envision a spacecraft that gets smarter as it watches, with changing materials and behaviors. This is not artificial intelligence as we know it, it is organic and possibly sentient. We may be dealing with not an alien visitor, but with a learning entity. Should it learn from us, what is it preparing for? Just as researchers believed they knew where 3i Atlas was headed, there was an abrupt redirection. Telescopes in Chile and Hawaii spotted a subtle yet significant deflection of course. It couldn't be explained away with gravity and natural causes. The object changed course and fell along a new vector nearer Earth's orbital plane. It was perceived as a glitch by some, yet analysts at the Deep Space Network saw it as alarming. 3i Atlas had responded, perhaps to us and possibly for other reasons, with an apparent timescale indicating decision-making. This buzz was what convened frantic meetings at NASA, ESA, and international think tanks. This was not chance, it was accurate and confirmed a disturbing hypothesis. If Oumuamua was an observer, then 3i Atlas might be actively observing and changing course. While public institutions remained quiet, independent data scientists and cryptographers studied electromagnetic signals emanating from 3i Atlas. Employing pattern recognition with deep neural networks and cosmic signals, they discovered a recursive pattern, not words, but proportions such as the golden ratio, Fibonacci pattern, and prime number spirals, codes observed in life, galaxy patterns, DNA, and ancient construction. Some alleged coincidence, yet the signal changed over time, responding to changes in solar activity, planetary closeness, and Earth radio transmissions. A spine-tingling discovery revealed a one-time pulse disruption occurring simultaneously with James Webb first looking at 3i Atlas in infrared. This indicated the object noticed us looking back and responded with a mathematically unique signature that reveals a language older than speech, a language of construction, life, and design. Researchers were terrified not just by the trajectory or signal, but what lay beneath. James Webb spectroscopy detected faint complex carbon molecules, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons on 3i Atlas's outer shell. These aren't just organic compounds, they are building blocks of prebiotic chemistry and precursors to life. The alarming part is their purity. Unlike chaotic mixes in comets, these molecules were perfectly structured, indicating they were refined or grown. Some theorized this could be a seed ship, an ancient life carrier meant to colonize, suggesting Earth might be a target for assimilation rather than war, a place to plant, observe, and merge. With 3 confirmed interstellar visitors, Oumuamua, Borisov, and 3i Atlas, scientists are connecting previously unimaginable dots. Oumuamua tumbled quickly and silently. Borisov was anomalously accelerated. 3i Atlas is a hybrid, slow, massive, engineered, and its complexity increases while in the solar system. Webb recorded subtle changes in its reflective surface, indicating self-reconfiguration, like a machine adapting. The most alarming development, 3i Atlas is now emitting a lower frequency, longer pulse signal outward into deep space, not at Earth. It's broadcasting out. Some say it's calling for reinforcements, others think it's reporting back. Either way, it's clear, this was never just an interstellar rock. It was a node, a probe, a messenger. Scientists had thought they knew it all about 3i Atlas until a surveillance balloon at high altitude over Antarctica picked up a strong burst of microwaves over the southern pole. First attributed to solar interference, verification found it coinciding with a new shift in 3i Atlas's orbit. Seismic stations on the continent soon after the burst picked up strange low-frequency rumbles not attributed to tectonic action or ice flow, corresponding with 3i Atlas's pulse. What was perceived as a cosmic anomaly morphed into a ground intrusion. Was the object influencing Earth's magnetic field or activating something beneath the ice? The notion that 3i Atlas could awaken dormant systems was unacceptable. Yet, the data was undeniable. At Mission Control, a young analyst found something in archived telescope images. By overlaying 3i Atlas's trajectory on ancient Babylonian star maps, he saw its path intersected sacred constellations like Orion, Draco, and the Pleiades. The points graphed against time created a perfect spiral, a pattern similar to ancient cave painting from South America, Africa, and pre-dynastic Egypt. Some wrote it off as pseudo-archaeology, while other members of the Webb science team ran simulations assuming the premise that 3i Atlas's trajectory was ritualistic, a cartography imprinted in its motion, understandable only to advanced beings. What if this object was moving but was also transmitting culture, language, memory, a prehistory of humanity? If that was the case, was the spiral a signature of peace or a threat from those who preceded us? Increasing tensions in the defense and black budget communities spawned a new theory, the lock and key hypothesis. The lock was Oumuamua, an inert object testing Earth's preparedness without engagement. It was a cosmic safe. 3I Atlas is the key, and it is there to unlock something within the planet, our people, or in orbit. There was recent confirmation of the theory. A minute oscillation in Earth's magnetosphere was concurrent with the 3I Atlas transmission. This invisible manifestation, powerful enough to knock communication satellites out of position, lasted 6 minutes. In those minutes, 2 Voyager probes broke protocol and transmitted undecoded bursts of data as if whatever was inside them was stirred awake. With each leak of information, there grew a contentious theory, the portal hypothesis. Certain scientists now propose 3I Atlas is an itinerant portal generating localized spacetime distortions rather than a rock or conventional ship. In effect, it is a traveling wormhole generator. Webb measured faint lensing distortions inconceivable with heat or light, minute gravitational warps akin to microsingularities. Forebodingly, the warps impinge upon time as well. Spectral evidence from a 3-hour observation revealed light arriving ahead of schedule, demonstrating time compression in the neighborhood of the object. Should it be true, 3I Atlas is not an alien ship, it's an artificial spacetime manipulator, a gatekeeper, and our planet may be next. Webb's infrared surveillance revealed an astonishing discovery. The object was not simply reflecting starlight but was radiating energy in a narrow slice of the electromagnetic continuum, long considered dormant. 3I Atlas pulsed in exact intervals as if it was generating a binary code. Scientists were least concerned about the emission's false nature and their impact on ground-based instruments. A number of observatories encountered sensor overloads and momentary blindness. Even a prototype telescope in Australia melted one of its detection chip transducers from an impulsive spike. The implication was alarming. 3I Atlas might blind us, silence our instruments, and even spoof our measurements. Oumuamua was mysterious but not belligerent. 3I Atlas now appeared cunning. A multinational team launched an unexpected experiment to measure Earth's electromagnetic fields during 3I Atlas's closest approach, revealing alarming findings. Magnetic anomaly detectors globally showed a unique synchronization pattern. Ancient volcanoes, crystal caverns, and fault lines resonated with 3I Atlas's pulses. Seismographs detected heartbeat-like vibrations every 43 seconds in sync. Most eerily, entire populations of migratory birds, whales, and insects changed their navigation patterns, as if an invisible compass had flipped. Earth seemed to recall a buried pattern, triggered by 3I Atlas. A private satellite array funded by a tech billionaire intercepted a unique signal burst in the Pacific. It came from 3I Atlas, directed at the moon. The message was in an unknown language, structured as a multi-layered wave packet with 5 data dimensions: amplitude, frequency, time, polarization, and harmonic tone. Specialists and linguists attempted to decode it. What emerged resembled a command, a set of instructions for an unknown system. When NASA's Deep Space Network traced the transmission, it revealed a chilling truth. The signal targeted a specific lunar coordinate with high mass concentrations, believed to be remnants of ancient activity. The theory shifted from speculation to reality. 3I Atlas might be activating something on the moon. Not all efforts were scientific. A covert military probe launched from a disguised orbital platform aimed to closely fly by 3I Atlas and perform a high-resolution scan using ionized particles. It never arrived. 1.3 million kilometers from the target, the feed went dark. Analysts first suspected a technical fault. But 27 seconds before losing the signal, the probe recorded something chilling, an energy wall. This was a field of charged particles in a lattice configuration, like a Faraday cage. It felt like hitting an invisible barrier. The last image captured was a fractal reflection of the probe, as if the object was perfectly mimicking it. Then, silence. It was clear, 3I Atlas was not merely identifying threats, it was reactive and perhaps conscious. Not biologically alive, but quantumly so, a machine with memory and awareness, protecting something we cannot touch. Now we wonder what few are brave enough to speak. What if 3I Atlas didn't come into our solar system by accident? What if it was awakened, lying dormant and seated along a trajectory not of discovery but of recurrence? What if its orbit is ages old, created so it will intersect with civilizations when and only when they develop a level of technological consciousness? What if we trigger that threshold too early? Horror may not actually lie in the fact that 3i Atlas is alive and watching us, but rather it is not watching us. Its movements, signals, compensations, and movements may be directed somewhere else, somewhere coming. We've not merely discovered an otherworld object, we've opened a beacon, a lock, an alarm. Now the universe is listening.